I was here Monday and I got to see firsthand some of the work involved. The soup kitchen is run by Golden Harvest Food Bank. Today they serve turkey, dressing, corn casserole, roasted sweet potatoes, and of course, pumpkin and sweet potato pie. One staff member says hunger doesn't sleep, and neither does he.
We want to provide that atmosphere, regardless if we're actual blood relatives or not. We want to provide that family atmosphere, and we are an extension of your family because we look out for you just as much as you look out for us.
And anyone is welcome to come down to the soup kitchen and get a meal. They're open daily from 11 to noon and on Sundays at 1. And of course, they're always looking for volunteers to come down and help serve food to the hungry, especially during the holidays. In Augusta, Kim Vickers, Wjbf News Channel 6.
Many local organizations are putting their heads and hands together to serve the community this Thanksgiving holiday. Mercy Ministries gave out food yesterday with the help of Golden Harvest Food Bank. They provide food and clothing to the community 6 days a week free of charge. And every Wednesday, the drive is held at Somerville Baptist Church.
I knew with this church being a historical church that this needed to be a place as a beacon of hope. That they could come here for more than just a handout, that they could learn how to bring themselves up. So as the pastor, I told the congregation we needed to have an outreach to reach the people because they need us.
They've only been hosting food drives at the church for a few months now, but they've grown so much by word of mouth. Pastor Harris says they're always looking for more volunteers. Golden Harvest and its local partners have been working hard to meet our local needs. On Saturday, they gave out 45,000 meals in Burke County. The same day, they fed 250 people at the Augusta Mall and an additional 489 families in Elberton. Golden Harvest says it sees an increase in need during the holidays, especially this year due to the pandemic, rising food costs, and supply chain disruptions. Well, serving meals and serving the soul. That's what happened at T-Bone Steakhouse this morning. They gave away hundreds of Thanksgiving meals, and they've been doing it for decades. Take a look. Box by box, volunteers pack Thanksgiving meals. With each scoop comes love.
It just seems like the right thing to do during Thanksgiving.
It's the 28th year T-Bones has given out meals. This year, they're packing about 600.
It's more of a privilege than anything else for us.
The plates have special destinations to police, fire, and EMS teams.
Some of the first responders have told us this is great for them because usually if they're working, there's no place for them to get food.
And to patients and their families at the Children's Hospital.
Well, I think being in the hospital on any day is really hard, but especially on a holiday. So this is kind of a surprise. We just knock on the door and say, hey, we got some lunches, and the families are very, very grateful.
The folks at T-Bones can't go into the hospital this year, but they found a way to spread some joy. Artists have decorated the boxes, a turkey, even a Snoopy.
So it's really been a thing that the whole community is involved in.
Hard work, all to create some smiles this Thanksgiving.
Our whole goal is if we can give them 5 seconds of joy, 5 seconds of forgetting their troubles, our mission's accomplished.
T-Bones hopes to welcome families back into their restaurant next Thanksgiving. Well, this Thanksgiving is a lot different than the one last year, but the CDC is still urging people to take certain precautions to avoid super spreader situations. Doctors urge you to avoid crowds and have smaller gatherings instead. Health experts say if everyone's vaccinated, it's fine to celebrate, but if there's a mix of vaccinated and unvaccinated people, it's best to do rapid testing in case there are asymptomatic carriers. Open windows and increased ventilation can also reduce the risk of spreading.
If there is mixed vaccinated and unvaccinated people, I would use testing because then you can ensure someone who's unvaccinated can't spread it. And then third is remember how powerful ventilation is for all respiratory viruses. Crack your windows, keep your windows open a little bit if you can as you're having your meal because that's good for all spread of respiratory viruses.
Doctors say you should only mask children older than 2 and use extra caution for kids under 5 since that age group is still not eligible to be vaccinated. An Augusta commissioner is looking to end the city's mask mandate. It's been a month since the commission approved requiring masks in all city government buildings. Commissioners did not set an end date, saying it would depend on the number of cases. Commissioner John Clarke is the chair of the Public Safety Committee. He says next week he wants to talk about lifting that mandate.
Cases have gone down. I wanted the mandate to end and let the people individually decide whether they want to wear a mask or not. It's just that simple. That's all I want. I want everybody to be safe. But at the same time, when is enough enough?
Clarke admits he's facing an uphill fight and does not think commissioners will consider ending the mask mandate until after the first of the year. Law enforcement will be out in full force this weekend looking for distracted and drunk drivers. Patrol officers see an increase in DUIs during the holidays, including Thanksgiving. They're encouraging everyone to be cautious before they get behind the wheel. In Georgia, 24 people were killed during the holidays last year.
Do not get behind the wheel of a vehicle. It doesn't end well. It could end either A, with someone being involved in an accident and unfortunately someone losing his or her life behind the wheel of a vehicle, or B, the other alternative is you could wind up encountering one of our deputies.
Law enforcement encourages you to always drive safe. Well, our chief meteorologist Tim Miller joins us now for another quick check of the weather. Hey Tim, what's up?
Hey Chloe, beautiful outside. Look at these temperatures. We're talking about upper 60s. Where we're at right about now, we'll come over here and I'll show you what we're talking about. We're looking at nearly 70 degrees with a milky sky though outside with a southwest wind around 5 to 10 miles per hour. There it is, our Jiffy Lube Skyview Cam. Washington Road, everything's fine. I hope you're having a wonderful holiday, and there it is, absolutely gorgeous conditions. Notice high pressure to our south. There is the cold front off towards our east. That will be marching off, or actually towards our west, marching off towards the east, bringing us a chance of showers as we get into the overnight hours. Plans for tonight really should be fine. We'll just call it partly cloudy. Temperatures fairly mild, hovering into the 50s. Tomorrow morning, we may have a shower or two if you're doing some shopping around 6 o'clock, just a shower or two, and then we'll break out into some wonderful sunshine. We'll have a full look at the rest of your holiday weekend forecast coming up in just a bit.
Coming up, we all love those Thanksgiving leftovers, but make sure you take care to avoid food poisoning. What you need to know as News Channel 6 at 5 continues. We all love Thanksgiving leftovers, but we certainly don't want food poisoning from improperly stored food. Here's Rochelle Hamilton Jr. with more.
As we all gather around the dinner table to celebrate this Thanksgiving holiday, there's one thing you need to be aware of to keep you and your family safe.
Food poisoning, particularly at Thanksgiving, can happen from two different kinds of bacteria, Clostridium perfringens and then Salmonella. And the first one I mentioned is very common on poultry, so turkey and chicken, and that can cause a pretty severe food poisoning where you would develop diarrhea, possibly vomiting, stomach cramping within a few hours.
In addition to symptoms like stomach cramping, vomiting, and diarrhea that typically accommodate foodborne illness, Dr. Jaramillo said consumers should look out for another risk.
The risk is that they're going to get dehydrated. So the steps to take would be to make sure that you remain hydrated, to drink plenty of fluids. Gatorade has electrolytes in it to help replenish electrolytes that you might lose. But also water is very good to help keep you from being dehydrated.
Whenever we get sick, the first thing we tend to want to do is take medicine to make the pain go away and make us feel better. When it comes to food poisoning, however, Dr. Jaramillo says that's not the best course of action.
Food poisoning, you pretty much have to let it run its course. The body is just trying to get rid of the toxins, so you don't really want to take medicines to stop the vomiting or stop the diarrhea because you want that to go ahead and clear out of your system. However, if it continues for more than a couple of days, or you are getting symptoms of being dehydrated, then you need to go ahead and seek medical attention.
Coming up next, a look into your local forecast with Chief Meteorologist Tim Miller. Plus, Thanksgiving on Bourbon Street is the Oscar of holidays in New Orleans. We'll take a closer look when we come back.
The CSRA.
Now, your most accurate forecast. forecast with WJBF Live 5 for 6. Happy Thanksgiving. I hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving or enjoying dinner now, whatever the case may be. Thank you for allowing us to be in your home each and every day. You are a blessing to us, I will tell you that. 65 is our current temperature, 65 degrees. Oh my goodness, it's been great. Thank you, southwest wind. We needed that today. I mean, for a lovely day. All right, one or two little showers coming up for tomorrow morning. I mean, just one or two. I wish we had a lot more headed our way. But a sunny Friday and a nice weekend and warmer as we get into next week. Doing some shopping tomorrow morning, are you? All right, well, 6 o'clock in the morning, we're at 47. One or two little showers will be around. Notice, though, we'll quickly get out of the clouds, and we'll have some sunshine, but it will be breezy tomorrow, especially at least morning through at least early afternoon before that front moves off towards the east. So we're under high pressure now. We've had a southwest wind. Remember, southwest wind will always warm us up, regardless of the time of year. And here comes the front. The front is off towards our west, and there's not a lot of moisture to deal with this front, I'm afraid. Heaviest of showers near, I'd say, near Lake Charles and Houston. That'd really be about it. Let's go to Atlanta. How's the big airport looking? Let me get out of the way and show you here. Well, everything's looking fine. There's no delays. Notice the clouds, though. Those are the clouds from that front that'll be our way. Traveling tomorrow, really around the country, is fantastic. This is very unusual for us to have a little impact weather-wise. We'll zoom in a little closer here. So all the highways and byways, except for this little swath right here, that's where a better chance of rain with that front, although that's not saying much at all. So you're traveling towards the coast or up and down I-95, maybe some issues. All right, so tomorrow, once the front passes, we're into sunshine, but not a lot of colder air behind this front. So we'll do 60s for our high temperature for Friday. For the weekend, looks to be great. Saturday and Sunday, I'll call low 60s with sunshine. A few more clouds will roll in Sunday, as our next front will be in by late Sunday night into Monday. Here's tomorrow morning's front. Notice clouds cover early in the morning, and I mean just a handful of showers. Notice how quick they come and go. And by 7 o'clock, we're into sunshine and clouds. And I think by mid-morning, early afternoon, we're into wall-to-wall sunshine. And it will be absolutely delightful. 45, the overnight low with the clouds. Once the front moves through, we're at 30 for Saturday morning. I think maybe even some of us may see upper 20s. 39 for Sunday morning, and we'll flirt with the 30s, and then right back to 40 degrees by the time we get to next week. And that must mean warmer temperatures, and it does. 63 tomorrow, 62 Saturday. We'll bounce down a little bit from Monday, and then right back at it. I think we'll be pushing 70 next week. So tonight, not as chilly as it has been the last few nights. We'll do a mid-40s with a shower or two late overnight, really towards the morning time. So some morning clouds for our Black Friday, going shopping, midday sunshine. I'll do temperatures in the low 60s for our high. Here's a look at our 10-day Viper Alert forecast. Notice we sort of bob up and down here with these temperatures, especially at night with the dry air. And there's our warmer temperatures as we head into the next week. Your eyes do not deceive you. 70 degrees. I think we'll see a couple of days of those 70s, and overnight lows will be into the 40s. So that's certainly some great news there. But if you're going shopping tomorrow morning, just have to dodge a shower or two. Are you one of the early morning shoppers?
I used to be, but they starting them earlier and earlier, and I'm not up for that.
Yeah, so you're snoozing.
I'm going to be in my couch on the computer.
There you go.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Love it.
Thanks, Tim. Well, in New Orleans, Thanksgiving is considered to be the Oscar of holidays with a variety of different foods. Here's Justin Absher with more.
On Bourbon Street, a buffet is about to feast.
Let's get some shallots.
Center stage, in the spotlight, in prime time for Thanksgiving. Giving thanks for the right recipe is Chris VAZQUEZ. He's executive chef, setting up right now at Redfish Grill.
Do me a favor, clean the bowl right quick.
Chris comes to town with a resume right out of Hollywood. Before you arrived in this LA, you were a chef out in the other LA, the one in California, cooking for movie stars at the Academy Awards.
It's all the same. The love for food and just the joy of doing it is just incredible.
Right here we'll have our Gulf oysters and shrimp dressing.
I think we should do the oyster one in front. So
for Chris and his New Orleans crew, Thanksgiving is the Oscars of the holidays. From the French Quarter and one of the most star-studded streets on earth.
You start flaking, throw it here, and we're going to put some of the shallots and stuff in there.
They've got a gratitude journal bigger than the catch of the day.
Everything that's actually just personal to you, that's come together for you, and to make you through every day. Health, family, friends, that's the one I'm most thankful for.
And so we gather together.
We gather together.
It's a time to eat.
A little aquapazza right here.
Aquapazza right here.
Thankfulness is a way of life around the restaurant. even and especially when Thanksgiving is a holiday and also a work day, just like every day on Bourbon Street.
Oh, fried catfish with sweet potato hash?
Yes, sir.
Oh, it's gonna be great.
Coming up, are you a lover of vinyl records? Well, tomorrow may be the best day to add to your collection. We'll tell you how when we come back.
Wow, if you're looking for great deals on Christmas decor, you've got to get to Carolina Pottery. Huge selections of ornaments, trees, wreaths, and greenery, all at our everyday low prices. Get festive for less this year. Visit carolinapottery.com or a store near you.
Covered by Medicare and most major health insurance plans.
It's Christmas time again at Carolina Pottery. Shop and save on our variety of decorating themes. From traditional to whimsical, we've got the style you need with hundreds of value-priced products to choose from. Visit carolinapottery.com or a store near you.
As the unofficial start of shopping season, Black Friday is normally known as a day to get the best deals on big-ticket items. But did you know it's also known for another reason? Well, for major record store deals, musicians wait until this time of year to drop highly anticipated albums. It's especially exciting for those who collect vinyl. Record store owners like Evan Gransky of Gransky Records in downtown Augusta hope you'll visit a local shop instead of buying your music from a big retailer or online.
We have people line up before opening to come in and get a chance to get one of these exclusive records that they're after. There's things like Jason Isbell, Blackberry Smoke, jazz to country to old, rock and roll from the 60s and 70s. There's some hip hop, just a little of everything.
If you think shopping at a locally owned record store is more expensive, we did some checking. The difference between a local and a national retailer is only about a nickel, and recordstoreday.com has a list of all records being released this week. A cold front in Spain has brought an early start to the ski season in the Sierra Morena Mountains. It's good news for resort owners who didn't open up last year because of COVID and just a lack of snow. Now resorts are expected to begin this season early. Tourists say they hope this is a sign of good things to come. All right, coverage and countdown continues after the break. And coming up at 4:30, lawmakers are working to give caregivers more rights. The details as your news continues.